Okay, as mentioned, my name is Mila and I'm a therapist, a social worker, and the founder of Selenium. I have to warn you in the beginning, I seem to have woken up sick today, so please excuse my cracking voice and generally sleepy state, but I'll do my best in these circumstances. As Celine mentioned, I live and work between Slovenia and Croatia, where my path connects tourism and health and people and nature and well-being in general. And today I want to share one simple fact, which I believe, and that is when tourism is accessible, everyone wins, people, communities, and nature in the end. And I'm speaking from experience. Almost 20 years now, I worked across the public, private, and non-profit sectors in social and health programs and directly with people and communities. So what I'll share with you today comes from real people, from real projects, and real stories. And that's also how Selenium was born, from listening, from being in nature, and from seeing how deeply we all need connection, care, and balance, and how nature can heal us in the end. So, what is Zelenium? The name means green mine in Croatian and Slovenian because it's bringing people and nature together with awareness and care. And why I mentioned technology because through my work in my husband's firm, Smart Octopus Solution, I helping destination in both countries um, with digital innovation. And I really think that technology is a great tool and can make things a lot easier if we know how to use it. And in practice, my programs can look in many different ways. Sometimes it's a forest path where a group walks slowly about 3 hours under the trees, exploring the nature around it with all senses. And sometimes it's mindfulness exercises by the river or sea. And sometimes it's creative workshop using natural materials and similar. But what is most important always, it's designed so that everyone can join. Children, families, elderly people, and also people with disabilities. It's a warm and inclusive approach where tourism, health, and community meet in one space. But of course, it hasn't always been easy to achieve that. When I started working with the local partners, I found many inspiring ideas, but also many challenges. And I want to share some of them with you. The first one is seasonality. Most visitors we know come only in summer and then everything becomes quiet. You can feel how the energy drops. And for many small providers, it's difficult to keep going through the rest of the year. And then there is exclusion. Some people are simply left out, families, older people, or those with disabilities in wheelchairs. They want to join, but the activities are often not designed for them. And another challenge is fragmentation. Everyone does something beautiful hotels, guides, wellness providers, but they often work alone and without true connection or partnerships. And of course, there's a question of local communities. They want to make a difference and they truly care. I've seen that a lot of times, but they often lack the tools or support, okay, and money sometimes to turn good intentions into real change. And I see in this firsthand an elderly woman who told me she couldn't join outdoor activities because the path was too steep, or a small guest house that closes 9 months a year because guests don't come. And I have a child who lives near the forest but has never stepped inside. So I see both sides, those who feel excluded and those who want to include, but they don't know how. And that made me wonder, maybe we don't need something big or complicated. Maybe we just need to connect people, nature, and ideas in more caring way. If we have time in the end, I was planning to ask you what, in your opinion, about your challenges in your countries. And now I would like to go talk about my method of work. How do I do it? because Selenium is not one place. It's a way of working, and it's more like a gentle network that grows where nature meets people. And I create programs in different natural spaces, in the forest, by the rivers, near the sea, in the mountains, or even in city parks. And wherever people can come and feel safe and reconnect with nature, that's where Selenium lives. And I work always with local partners, with small hotels, wellness centers, local food producer, and local tourist boards. And together we create full experiences, not just one walk or one workshop, but a story that connects people and supports in the end the community. And it's important to think about accessibility, easy trails, benches to rest, uh, mm, that is parking near, sensory elements that invite people to slow down, to touch, to smell and listen. And at the heart of everything is nature therapy. And I mean forest bathing, mindfulness, and creative practices that open the senses and calm the mind and heal in the end. And what happens then as a result? We open doors to new visitors, families, elderly people, people with disabilities, local communities feel included, and small businesses gain stability and resilience. But the most important part, I think, it's all year round, not only in summer, because just like nature itself, every season has its own rhythm and purpose. Spring brings awakening, summer growth, in winter we reflect and rest, and people feel it too. A walk in winter snow, it's not the same as a spring morning or in the summer. Every program follows the season, so it feels natural and real and alive. And for me, it's not about numbers or results. Um, I appreciate real faces, stories, and this moment of connection. So let's move from ideas to practice and see how it actually works on the ground. First, I will share a story with I love especially. It's a partnership with the Regional Community Service Center in Croatia. Together, we started programs in nature for children from vulnerable families, children with disorders, and children at risk. These are kids who are part of the social support system, and for many of them, this was the first time to walk in the forest in that slow, different sensory way. They listen to birds, or simply they feel safe in nature. And through games, um, they experience maybe feel small, but for these children, they mean a lot. Something different and something safe. Another example comes from a partnership with the local tourist boards. In this case, with the tourist board of Slunj, Rastoke. In Croatia, they call it Small Plitvice. And we began bringing forest bathing and well-being walks in their offer. At first, there were small seasonal programs, gentle walks, breathing, mindfulness exercise, connection with water and forest. Simple but meaningful, and they helped extend the season beyond the summer, but also gave visitors something new, an experience that was calm, authentic, deeply connected to nature. And it also brought together local guides, small businesses, restaurants, and community itself. And people started to realize that nature-based tourism is not just sustainable, it's emotional, it's memorable, and it stays in people's hearts. And another story I want to share with you is partnership Forest Best for Community, Women in Motion. As part of this partnership, something very, very special began to grow. And more women started joining, younger women, older, healthy, those recovering from illness, active women, and those who simply needed a quiet place to rest. Um, the walks are all gentle. We move slowly, we breathe, we listen to the forest, and we let it hold us. It's not just about nature, it's about belonging. Nature is just a partner in this, and, and is about creating a safe, quiet space where women can feel seen, supported, and connected. And many told me these moments help them sleep better, feel calmer, or find new energy for their families and work and so on. So for me, these programs are proof that nature therapy is not a luxury, it's a basic human need and it really works. And one thing I have learned, accessibility is never a sole project. I can guide session as a therapist, but without local partners, it would not work. So I collaborate with eco-producers, wellness experts, local food providers, cultural institution, and small family hotels. And I love to connecting small local people, women who makes natural soaps, a farmer who brings homemade tea to the session, or a guide who knows every tree by name, or a guest house where owner bakes bread for our walks. And when these people came together, something magical happens. It becomes a whole experience where visitors feel welcome and the community feels proud and included. And by one moment, I often remember a local woman once told me after our first joint workshop, I didn't think my small products are stories mattered. And after the program, she said, now I see how much people love them. And they remind me that we have here is special. And that's exactly the kind of transformation that keeps me going. I also like to share what accessible tourism means to me. In three words: inclusion, empathy, and connection. Because everyone deserves to experience nature, because accessibility is not only about the infrastructure, but is about attitude, empathy, and because when tourism is accessible, it builds stronger and resilient communities. And for me, it's not just tourism, it's also therapy, it's social change. And after many years in this work, I can say it changes not only the visitors, it changes local communities and me too. And I believe that tourism, when it's built on these values, it becomes smart. Not because of technology, what I mentioned before, but because it connects hearts and minds and local roots. And small providers are the roots of resilience. And together we can grow and build something stronger, something that gives back to people, to nature, and to the future. Or I like this quote, as Helen Keller said, alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. And I truly believe in that. And in the end, that is exactly what Zellenium stands for: learning from nature, growing through people, creating kinder and more connected communities. There are my contacts for more information about my work. So please connect with me if you like what I'm doing. Thank you for listening. I'm also open for questions now.